entry was free inside the stadium, and those who were not being allowed inside because of the crowding, the large number of crowds that had gathered, they were kept outside. And just as the gates were being shut, okay. Okay, these are live pictures coming in, more pictures coming in from Republic Canada. So we're getting in live updates, constant updates. So we are trying to get you as many pictures as possible. This latest picture coming in of another person who was caught in the Stampede, who was injured in the Stampede, being taken and being helped by some of the fans there, being taken to the gate to get first aid treatment. Now this is a live shot that came in a few minutes back. And we are playing out pictures as we get them from the Republic Canada team. And in this shot, okay, that's a live shot of the bus. The first shot of the RCB bus as it was entering. So that's the first shot that we have of the RCB bus entering the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So this was perhaps minutes before the Stampede or moments before the Stampede when the bus was entering the Chinnaswamy Stadium. That's the first shot that I have. As the bus is trying to enter, there are two buses, the RCB buses, trying to enter the stadium, one behind the other. And you can see that the media team and the police trying to cordon these buses and ensure that the bus enters the stadium and they slam the gate shut. And that's perhaps also the time when those who were stuck inside, the fans were trying to enter the gates and were caught in the Stampede. Okay, these are two shots, one inside the stadium on the left of your screen. That's a live shot from inside the stadium before the felicitation. The felicitation itself has not begun. On the right of your screens, the situation from outside the stadium, outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium in MG Road, Bengaluru. This is the home of the RCB, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, the team that won the IPL last evening, and they were to be felicitated inside the stadium. And tragic scenes that we are picking up from outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium on MG Road. This is, look at that, that's one of the gates being slammed shut on the fans of the RCB. Also, some of them were lathi charged. We saw those pictures. As they tried to enter the gates, they were lathi charged, forced to stay outside, perhaps because of the overcrowding issue. Not sure of the kind of measures that were put in place. And at least 3 lives have been lost, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first report that we have, that 3 are, okay, the number could increase, but from the first number that we have, 3 people have lost their lives, over 20 injured. Okay, my colleague Shavan is also joining us live on the broadcast. We're picking up more details from different sources. The Republic Canada team trying to get us all the minute-by-minute updates. Initial reports also suggesting that seven have died in the Stampede. Shavan, that number has gone up. I don't have the full details in hand. You were in the newsroom. What more are you picking up? How many people are injured, or how many casualties are we looking at here?
Well, in fact, we can now confirm that 7 reported dead, 50 injured. Now, what we have on your screens, these are just minutes before the felicitation actually was supposed to take place. Now, there is a clear mismanagement if you simply go by the images that we've just got into our newsroom, because it appears that as the bus was basically moving out, that's when the gates were basically being closed. And on your screens right now, this was the very moment when you see that this area was basically cordoned off. But it appears that as the players were basically moving inside the stadium, the gate was being closed. There was an entourage of media that was also present there, and as fans were basically trying to move closer to the gate, and when they had abruptly shut the gate, and we are given to understand that led to a massive chaos. As of now, as far as the numbers are concerned, 7 people are dead, is what we are being told. Some fresh visuals are also coming in, Niranjan, right now.
Shavan, I have a confirmation that there was a lathi charge that precipitated the situation. I saw that picture, that video of the police lathi charging, which perhaps also led to the situation getting out of hand. It was already out of hand, and there was a lathi charge that just turned the situation. I mean, it just went out of hand. And these are pictures of the bus entering the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Entering the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Shavan is also here. Shavan is going back. Shavan, I think he's just picking up some more details from the newsroom. I'm going across to the Republic Canada teams as well. First shot of the bus entering the stadium. First shot, look at that. As this was happening, as you saw the pictures of the cup, look at that. They're waving the cup. They're holding the cup. There is a celebration inside, and there are deaths outside. There is a celebration inside, and there are deaths being reported outside. From the initial reports that we have, 7 RCB fans killed in the Stampede, have died in the Stampede at the Chinnaswamy Stadium as a celebration is announced for the team at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Look at that picture. They're all entering the stadium, and these are live pictures coming in. And these are live pictures coming in. I'm picking up these pictures from the Republic Kannada team as well. Now, I'm not sure whether the players know what is happening, but this is appalling. The kind of arrangements that have been made. Why were fans lathi charged? Why were fans lathi charged? Initial reports putting it at 7 deaths due to the Stampede, over 20 people injured, at least 26 injured. Inside the stadium, there is a celebration. Buses are being brought. Thousands of people outside, some trying to jump over the compound, jump over the Chinnaswamy Stadium compound. I'm not sure about the kind of police arrangements that were in place at all. Was this planned? What kind of police deployment was made? What kind of arrangements were made for the fans to gather in an orderly manner? Look at that. That is at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. At the Chinnaswamy Stadium, where the fans, where there is a felicitation that is on. There is a correction, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the stadium. That is Vidhana Saudha on the left. That is Vidhana Saudha on the left. That is not the stadium. I'll just correct that in a second. That is Vidhana Saudha. That is not the stadium on the left side. That is not the stadium. That is the Vidhana Saudha, the Secretariat. These are pictures of the celebration at the Secretariat that happened earlier this afternoon. And this afternoon, the players were first, after they landed in Bengaluru, they were given a 5-star welcome, hero's welcome by the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, whose name is D.K. Shivakumar. And then they were all brought here to the Vidhana Saudha, and all the political leaders were present to give these cricketers a 5-star gathering. A 5-star felicitation. Look at that. Those are pictures of them celebrating. And thousands of people had gathered even outside the Vidhana Saudha. There is an aerial shot. I'll try and get that aerial shot. And on the right, while all of that was happening, we don't have the exact number, but the capacity of the Chinnaswamy Stadium is minimum 50,000. And if the stadium is full, if there were 50,000 people or more, and perhaps much, much more, because there were seats, the stadium was filled, the gates were shut, and people were forced to be outside. So conservative estimates, putting it anywhere between 50,000 to 1 lakh people who had gathered at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And these are the pictures from outside. We've seen at least 10 to 15 people being carried away after being caught in the Stampede. Visual after visual coming in from outside the stadium. Visual after visual coming in from outside the stadium as they are stuck in that Stampede that was caused at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, where the RCB players are being felicitated right now. We just saw the bus entering a few seconds back. And, okay, I'm getting in an updated number. And Republic Kannada is reporting that 11 people have died in the Stampede, ladies and gentlemen. This is an initial report that I have. That's a shot that I have. Once again, that is not the stadium. That is Vidhana Saudha. Can we please change that? It's not the stadium. I'll just remove that live bug. It is not the stadium. It is Vidhana Saudha. It is a Secretariat. Please take it off. It is not the stadium. Those were pictures from earlier today. But I'm going back to the big breaking story. Now, the big breaking story is there has been a stampede outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium. This is the home ground of the RCB, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. This is where they play. This is Bengaluru's cricket stadium called Chinnaswamy Stadium, in the heart of Bengaluru on MG Road, where the felicitation for the RCB, the team that won the IPL trophy last night, is on. But outside the stadium, ladies and gentlemen, at the gates, there are people who have died because of a stampede, because of a situation that was not controlled, because of a situation that was allowed to get out of control. 11 people. Now, this is the breaking news update that I have, that 11 people have reportedly died. The local media and Republic Kannada is reporting this story live, and Republic Kannada is putting it at 11. 11 deaths have been reported, over 20 people injured, and visual